Hey guys, it's Greg Lothian here. Just on the tail end of our session together, there were a couple of questions that Julie sent to me that were in the chat that I just wanted to be able to answer. And so let's see here. So the first question from Christine. For Olympic endeavors, I've heard that it's a lot of volunteer based and buy your way to those positions. How do you make that feasible? Well, so definitely the Olympic model is volunteer. And I didn't do that route for that reason. I didn't really have the 3-4 weeks that I wanted to dedicate and without any revenue. But that said, the model or the approach that I would use is to go to some of these Olympic teams that are in need of your services that may be close by to you. So start getting in touch with the people that are running things like B210 or those types of endeavors to and bring your past whatever you can provide for them, and get connected that way. Failing that, volunteer for some of the major games, and make sure that when you are there working, yes, it's you got to put yourself out there, and it is volunteer. It's volunteer for everybody, but you can make a massive amount of connections there, and then you'll be well on your way to creating that Olympic link where there is a revenue stream where you can work with these athletes from whatever Canadian team or even at the provincial level or something like that. So that's how I would approach that. Again, from Christine, how do you target the people between the 80 range, from 80 to fitness range, and sway them from going to the gym? Again, that it comes down to your messaging, and one of the powerful messaging that I've used in the past is, are you afraid to go to the gym because you don't want to get injured? Or is injury preventing you from going to the gym? Like, you want to live an active lifestyle, but injury or pain is holding you back? Then we can correct that. We can help you get back on track and make sure that you're training properly. Are you worried that the program you're doing is going to injure you? And follow up with that. It's really about connecting with who you think. You got to get in their minds. If you don't know and understand their world, this is one of the things that when I was talking about the mental side of things, one of the first things they teach you is understand and enter their world from their point of view. What is it that is their obstacle? What is their pain point? And you have to talk to that. That's how you connect with them. And if they're seeking out a personal trainer, you can talk about the skill level that you provide. Like one of the things that I do is like a free consultation. Are you ready for? Some of my messaging might be in the, are you ready for fitness? Do you want to know if you're ready for fitness? Hold a little workshop about back-friendly training or shoulder-friendly training or whatever it is, and educate people on, you have to provide real value for them and educate them on, what you can do, and it gives them exposure to you. Talking about the subscription model, this is from Eleanor. What are the things you would include in that? And do you have a certain number of times that you can come a week, or see in-person basis? So how my subscription model works is I have a baseline of a monthly payment, and when I it's based on generally seeing them every second week. Now, we all know that it's going to be heavier at the beginning. So I meet with them actually twice a week, typically for 2 weeks, possibly 3. And then we stretch it out there. I also know that there are going to be times in the year that I'm on vacation that I can't see them, that our schedules are not going to line up. And in general, I charge everybody that baseline price. And one of the other things that it allows me to do, so when you do some sort of correction, let's say you're doing an alignment correction and you want them training so that they don't have a leg length difference or something like that, one of the important parts of that is when they're doing their training, they can't be training with a leg length difference. So over time, from my personal experience and from my clients' experience, they get to learn that like, oh no, I feel like I'm a little bit off, and that correction maybe takes you 10 minutes to do. If you have the luxury like I do to have your own studio, then I can, I always tell them, they have my cell phone number, and they say, yeah, I think my back's a bit stuck because I did this weird thing. And I say, okay, well, just, come in, for 15 minutes, let's just have a quick look and verify that you're not training with a leg length difference. And so that's included in that. I do generally keep track. Not just generally, but it's just because they're coming and going doesn't mean you're not tracking it on your treatment log. So I'm keeping track of all of that. I keep track online just in my Google appointment calendar, how many times they've been seen. When I give them insurance receipts, that gives me some insight. If I look and I saw them a whole bunch more times, because you can't give them an insurance receipt for $600 if they've only paid you $2 or something like that. So if it is constantly exceeding it, then I talk to them about it and say like, well, maybe we need to change our model here, because I do scale up. So somebody that I feel like really is going to need a year's worth of lots of one-on-one time, then I go from once every 2 weeks to once every week. And I don't typically do more than that for a year, because it doesn't pan out that way usually. So Eleanor, also, is your pricing same across the board? Yes, it is. Barring, so probably 80% or maybe even 85% of my clientele are all paying the same price. And then there are a few that are the echelon up because they need more work. Because I do stage 3, stage 4 rehab into performance, the onus is on them to do the work. So there isn't a lot of cases where I need to do more work than that. So, yeah. And I do determine that in my free consultation, whether it's a good fit for the two of us. I figure, I have a look at whatever their issue is. I tell them to bring images, x-rays, MRIs, reports, all of that sort of stuff, so that I have a very good idea of what I'm talking about when I decide, yes, this is going to be a good endeavor or not. So, and I think that's it. So if you have any other questions, definitely you guys have my email address. You can send it to me, or send it through Julie or whatever. But I hope that helps. We'll talk soon.